Hello. I have a very profound question for you on this Tuesday morning. Where were you, maybe more to the point, who were you in that moment where you felt like you lost everything? Now, if you've lived a life and you've lived to a certain age, there's going to be that moment we can all look back on where we felt like we lost everything. If not, please share and be inspiring here in the comments. But I will say my moment came in 2011, and I'm going to share a bit about that moment, just insofar as I believe it will help all of us step into our power fully and get out of the contortion, distortion, and into remembering. Because remember what I said, true awakening is not found out there, it's a remembering. To awaken is to remember, and boy, I'm remembering a lot right now. It's very exciting. I'm remembering when I was a child, and I knew that I was going to do amazing things, not in an egotistical way, but in an earth-changing way. I remember that feeling of invincibility, and that word came back to me today, invincibility. I was invincible until I wasn't. That moment came at 33 years old. And I remember, I was 35, it was 2011. And I remember being slowed down by an incident earlier in my career, but I ended up redirecting myself and getting the job of my dreams. I was invincible. I didn't let anybody stop me, and not in an egotistical way, just in a way that said, I don't need to rely on anybody else's approval, disapproval, or anything just to get what it is that I believe is meant for me. So there was no doubt. It's manifestation at its finest, right? And so I was taking on other jobs at the same time. I was very much in demand. Life was really good. And then a story I've told here before, but I'll try to tell it very briefly. I had a job. I took on another job. I was told I could by the boss. Then the boss changed his mind. I said no to the other project, which ended up to be the Property Brothers. Life fell apart. Life fell apart. It collapsed for me in that moment. That's what it felt like. And to the point where I was medicated. So that was 2011. And I clawed my way back. And I took on a career that I didn't feel suited me at first. And then I kind of made it my own. And I had little victories, but I was never truly invincible again. Until today. And yeah, it can happen that fast, especially right now as we ascend. It can happen that fast. So I want you to think about that moment where you felt it all collapse. And the reason I asked who you is, were you that person who believed that we needed that external source, that external validation? We needed to get that thing in order to be who we knew we really could be. That was me. I had forgotten and forgotten and forgotten, and I'd given away my power. At the time, my story was that it was taken from me. I gave it away. I willingly gave it away because I was in the distortion. I was being controlled enough to, stomach growl, to really believe that everything was beyond my control. I know differently now. And it's a profound knowing that I want to share with you. These forces, these powers that are making life miserable for so many right now, Muskrat and Dumpy Pants come to mind. This kind of power that is based on keeping the illusion going, that kind of power that relies on deception, greed, all that stuff, is bound to collapse. I mean, it's absolutely inevitable that it collapses. So is it really power at all? Meanwhile, power rooted in truth is unstoppable. So when you stand in your power that is rooted in truth, my friend, you are unstoppable. Which makes us much more powerful than they are, not just by numbers, but by truth. By removing the veil of deception, by clarifying through the distortion. And so I'd like you to do what I did today. or I invite you to journal on what it means to be invincible. In case you want to know, here's what I said. What it means to be invincible. It means nothing phases me, nothing holds me back. Certain things may delay me or give me pause, but those things are of my higher self's making, of the universe's making, which are designed to help direct and level me up. It means I need no external validation to feel the way I feel, do the things I do, and not do the things I choose not to do or to say. It means I am sovereign. It means I am unstoppable. It means I am. I truly am. It means I never ask for permission. I take control. I step up and I step in. And it means being more than doing. Being invincible just means being. And when you are yourself truly, when you embrace your truth, further to my download the other day, you are unstoppable, you are invincible, you are love itself. Now I know this got a bit, what's the word? Esoteric, but I hope it landed with you. Whatever that incident was, whatever that moment in your life was, or period of time where you felt you lost it all, I want you to go back and apply what I just told you. What was your truth? What is your truth? This is the great remembering. This is the great awakening. Speaking of which, Divine Awakening, March 29th, be there, be square. Go to my link in bio. And the great thing about that is you can continue in community with us in the Woo Crew on Wednesday nights. So after March 29th, you have all of April, or whatever month you choose, to continue to do this work and reinforce it. And in a group setting, a small group setting, which really fosters that kind of support. Not external validation, but holds space for us to be exactly who we are, rooted in truth.